Good evening, everybody. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks so much for tuning in to this beer review. This time around, we're going to take a look at something from Motor City Brewing Works, and this is Ghettoblaster. How do you see a beer called Ghettoblaster and actually pass that up? I mean, come on. What a great name. It's a Detroit-style mild ale. So I'm not sure what Detroit-style means, but mild ale is pretty self-explanatory. Let's check this one out. Now, not a big fan of cans, but as I've said before multiple times, they are getting better. The beer's not getting so much of that aluminum taste or metallic tang to it, and some brewers are actually trying to incorporate some of that so that the beer doesn't taste as good without that bit of metallic taste to it. So it'll be interesting to see which direction this goes. While I'm pouring this out, make sure to hit me up with a like and a share. And if you really like what you're seeing, make sure to subscribe. That way you'll get a notification every time a new beer review is posted. Got a little bit of a head on that. Now I can smell it from here, and it just kind of smells like a plain old ale. It's just kind of got a beery taste to it. Maybe a hint of bitterness, pretty malty. Nothing really specific that's standing out for me. It's kind of it's got a halfway decent head on it, but it's almost kind of a flattish beer because I'm not seeing a whole lot of bubbles cavitating up here. So it's not very effervescent. It's got a nice amber color to it with almost a bit of a reddish tinge, maybe a pink to red in there as well. Notice some honey coloring too, so it's got a very nice, interesting, complex color. It's actually rather pleasing. Quite a clear beer, though, not cloudy at all. And that head faded really quickly, as you can see, and not a lot of bubbles coming up to replenish it, so I'm not too surprised there. Still not getting any specific notes. It's actually kind of chocolatey up front. A lot of that chocolate malt taste. I don't know if that's what's in it. I'll have to check the label, but a bit chocolatey and maybe a hint of coffee there up front. But mostly a really decent malt backbone. Medium mouthfeel. Maybe a hint of hoppy bitterness in the finish. Nothing really specific coming out there at all. It's a pretty well-rounded beer, actually. But mostly malt. It actually, excuse me. It's kind of a well-rounded, typical beer. I'm a little on the fence with this one. I'm leaning towards like a 2.5 out of 5, which would put it just as an average beer. But the fact that I got those tastes up front from the malt, the chocolate, and the coffee, now that's faded a bit. It's not as prominent in the few sips that I've taken since then. It's still kind of there though, a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of coffee. So I think for that alone, I'm going to put this up at a 3 out of 5, which is just a bit above average, because it does have a couple of nice tastes, and it does have a really interesting color. But overall, it's just generally an average beer. It's not bad. It's, ooh, pardon. I think I've been drinking this a little too quick, but it's just a really decent, well-rounded beer with a couple of nice flavor notes and a really nice color to it. So well, that's just my opinion. Check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think down in the comments or the email link down below. I'll also throw a quick user poll up over here. That way you can rate the beer yourself from 1 to 5. I can't do the half ratings. I only get 5 options on the YouTube polls, but definitely click there. I'd like to see how I calibrate with everybody who's watching the videos. And we'll take a look here. A classic session style mild ale, tawny in color with a clean biscuit flavor. I didn't really get any biscuit or bready flavor to it. It's an ongoing documentation of the Detroit music community, so I'm not sure where that comes from. But, you know, like I said, not a bad beer. Check it out. And again, make sure to hit the user poll and comments, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, folks, cheers. Now, a little while back, we did a bit of a comparison with the Not Your Father's Hard Root Beer review.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for the beer, man. So, highly recommended by you. The Extreme Beer Fest this weekend. We'll be able to get a hold of, I believe it's the American